Canford Cliffs goes in. White flag is up. And here comes Steinbeck. Got quite warm, understandable. On a very hot day here at the Curragh. Steinbeck goes in. That looks it. And away they bounce in the Abu Dhabi Irish 2000 Guineas, and in the early stages encompassing as one of the leaders. Keradari is close up in the green colours. Fencing Master also in the firing line. Oasis Dancer is towards the left. In behind him is Viscount Nelson. Towards the outside is Purple Heart with the white cap as they race towards the elbow. Oasis Dancer on the rail, encompassing right up there. Fencing Master and Keradari just behind with Purple Heart. They're followed by Extension and then Viscount Nelson. So they race along now to complete the first 3 furlongs or so. And the Oasis Dancer from Keradari in the green, encompassing centre of the course. Purple Heart pushed along behind him. Extension is next with Fencing Master, then Sebastian Flight and Viscount Nelson. Steinbeck is tracking Canford Cliffs. Noel Wallop is back in the field with Dynasty and also Free Judgment. Coming up past halfway and encompassing is clear from in second place Oasis Dancer, then Purple Heart and Keradari. Fencing Master over towards the far side as they race down now past the junction with the round course, and encompassing on the near side towards the far side. Extension coming there with Oasis Dancer, Fencing Master on the inside, Keradari, Viscount Nelson. Then comes Canford Cliffs making good progress in the orange colours. Steinbeck is in behind these as they race towards the final furlong. Extension, Canford Cliffs launching his challenge. Free Judgment on the outside. Canford Cliffs goes to the lead now, and it's Canford Cliffs from Free Judgment, Viscount Nelson and Extension as they race up towards the line. Canford Cliffs is getting the mile very well indeed. Canford Cliffs wins it easily. Free Judgment, Viscount Nelson. Steinbeck runs on for fourth, then Extension, Keradari, Sebastian Flight, Noel Wallop, and they're followed across the line by Dynasty, Fencing Master. Behind Fencing Master we had Oasis Dancer, and back towards the rear of the field, encompassing us back there with Purple Heart. So Canford Cliffs proves emphatically that a mile is absolutely no problem to him. The 9-4 favourite has absolutely bolted in the Abu Dhabi Irish 2000 Guineas. Third win in the race for trainer Richard Hannon, 20 years after Tyrrell gave him his second success in this classic, and the first Irish classic win for Richard Hughes, a Curragh boy.
Well, this horse has absolutely turned this into a one-horse race. He's travelled beautifully throughout the race, a good gallop up front, there was no hassle. Ballydoyle horses went as fast as they were able, but that's as fast as they were able, is all they were able to go. Richard Hughes has everything covered. He's just watching what's around him. At this stage, he's keeping an eye on Oasis Dancer. He has Extension in his grasp there, the green cap on the left of your picture there, 2 from the right, and Fran Berry there in Keradari. He moves to the outside of Fran here in Keradari, and the minute he switches this horse on, he just comes alive. Loads of horse, absolutely, never has to give him a backhander, and hard as the likes of Free Judgment and Viscount Nelson try, and they do try hard. This horse quickens up well and goes away. Richard Hannon said he was probably the best horse he's ever trained. Richard Hughes said he's definitely the best horse I've ever ridden at Richard Hannon's, and he's done it too. Absolutely sluiced in. They had a good run last week when with Dick Turpin was second in the English Guineas or the French Guineas, and this horse has come back. They have a lot of good milers. He said last year before he went to run in the Ascot that he was taking care of the good miler they had, and this year he's an absolutely Paco Boy was the horse there, Group 1 miler, and he said this was a better horse than last year's a 2-year-old. What a horse he is. He absolutely sluiced in. Come on, Rich. Desi and Eileen get a great kick out of that, and Sandra as well. He's father, mother and sister, and this horse absolutely catered in. Richard's a grand rider. He loves to ride that kind of a patient race, loves to take his time and produce one late, and a brilliant rider. His dad wasn't too bad at either, but his dad didn't have that sort of patience. Desi likes to ride him prominently and ride him handy, and his horse is the same way, but Richard loves, he's cool as a cucumber, sits out the back door, takes his time, loves to arrive late on the scene, and gives horses very easy races. I think he must be a wonderful stable jockey, because he never really abuses horses. Gets a bit of flack now and then for lying a bit out of his ground, but that's the sort of race he rides. Beautiful, sympathetic rider, lovely pair of hands, and has done a great job to master his weight. He's 5'8" or 9 years, 5'8" or 9. Well done, Rich.
And this way, Razor. Just come out his head, come out his head. That's it, look at that. Thanks, Razor.
He didn't half stay, that's for sure. He stayed all right, 3 lengths. He was a winner 3 furlongs out, no doubt about it. He was just cantering over them. What a good horse.
Yeah, and a good gallop as well too. I mean, he gets him to switch off and settle. He was very free at Newmarket. I'd say the good gallop suited him well today. I think he cost worth of money as well, Robert. None of Richard Hannon's made about 30 grand or something.
I tell you, he went through a sales ring twice. Red Pender bought him as a foal for 46, and then he was sold to Peter Doyle as a yearling for 50,000 sterling, and I think that was a Doncaster. What a good buy. There's Peter Doyle.
One of hundreds of good buys by Peter Doyle and his son Ross and Richard Hannon as well. I don't know if Richard is here, is he? See, the young Hannons are here, but Richard is not here, so I'm sure if you were in tears last week with Paco Boy Richard Senior, you're in tears again if you're sitting at home today watching it, and well entitled to be. There's Richard's mother, Eileen. Desi. Peter Doyle on the far side of the horse here. What a boy he was now. He's owned by the Heifer Syndicate and Mrs. Ryan Instance. Jim Murphy is Red Panda, isn't he?
That's right. Yeah, Jim picks a nice foal and went through, was with Jim, bought as a foal by Jim and sold as a yearling by Jim.
Didn't get overpaid from them.
No.
But
Jim's had plenty of upturns, but this wasn't one of them, funnily enough. But he'll be absolutely thrilled. Look at that. Son of Tagula he is, and out of a Marjou mare, the second foal of his dam, Mrs. Marsh, and he's a bit of a star.
My first winner ever led up. Never had any winners. Honestly, it's my first winner.
what a trainer, Richard Hannon, as well too. I mean, he buys at this, not to say the bottom end of the market, but the accessible end of the market, 30 or 40 grand there for yearlings, year in, year out. As Tony alluded, he has 2 Guineas winners here before for the Horgans, Don't Forget Me and Tyrrell. He's had a couple of English Guineas winners as well, I think 3 of them, and hordes of good horses at buyable sort of money.
Richard, many congratulations, Richard Hughes. This is a classic day for you. What a day, and what a win in front of all your home friends.
Brilliant.
Some horses, isn't he? I mean, he stayed well enough.
He is, it's annoying. People say he doesn't stay, you know. And we're so close to the horse at home, we know how good he is.
But you were confident coming here.
I was, because I knew he was on the best horse. No point.
I mean, last year as a 2-year-old, when he won the Coventry, you said this is the best horse I've sat on, I think. Isn't that right?
Yeah, best horse ever I've sat on before he ran. And he's just got better and better. In the spring he was a bit lethargic, and I didn't know, but he was lazy, he wasn't going well, I wasn't sure. The last 2 weeks he's just come alive again.
Newmarket came a little early then, did it?
A little bit. Well, the trial came too early, and he'd done a bit of work after the trial that was pretty good now, and I was happy enough going to Newmarket. I just felt in the Guineas I was going so well, I let the winner go, I let something else go, I was going too well, and I felt he not took the piss out of me, but took advantage a little bit. So today when I was going well, I gave him 2 steps down the neck to make him carry me into the race.
Talk us through it, Richard, because I mean 3 or 4 furlongs out we were picking you out as the winner.
Going very well, had a couple of spots early on, and halfway through the race I seen extension up in front of me, and the Aga Khan horse was probably 6 lengths up ahead of me. But it was just when I eased him off the Aga Khan colours, I said it to Dad I'd do it today, that I'd set him alight before I let him down. So he was on the steel like his work at home.
Johnny kept you in his sights, but I mean you just moved away so effortlessly.
Yeah, but just when I eased up, I was had him on it, you know. And when I let him go, then he's like an elastic band. Then.
It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. Well, he's some miler, and on to Ascot, I suspect now.
Stiff mile, you mightn't get it.
Really? Go away. Good man, Richard Hughes.